wherever you want to be.
You should be up here.
All right. Good morning. I'm Erin Johnson, Communications Specialist with the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the opening of the 8th Vehicle Inspection Site in Minnesota. We have 3 speakers today who will be talking to you about the significance of these new facilities for Minnesotans. I'll just go through their names and their spellings. We have Pong Zhang, that's Pongxiong. He is the Director of Driver and Vehicle Services. We have Representative Natalie Zeleznikar, Natalie Zeleznikar, who represents District 3B. And we have Greg Loper, who is the Vehicle Services Program Director for DVS, and that's GREGLOPER. After we hear from our speakers, we'll take questions from the press, and then we'll be conducting a tour of the facility for whoever wants to stick around. Thank you, and I will now hand it off to Director Zhang.
Thanks, Erin, and good morning, everyone. Pong Zhang, Director of the Driver and Vehicle Services Division, and I want to thank everyone for coming out to Duluth this morning to help us celebrate the 8th and final DVS inspection site. When the Department of Public Safety started this expansion project in 2021, it was started because of the overwhelming need for vehicle inspections. Our staff of 8 inspectors with 2 full-time inspection sites just couldn't keep up with the demand. I remember those days when DPS and our elected officials were receiving calls and emails from Minnesotans frustrated because they couldn't get a vehicle inspection and didn't have any other options. That need was not only heard by DPS, but it was heard by Minnesotans and by our elected officials. They saw the need and authorized DPS to expand from 8 inspectors to 20 and from 2 inspection sites to 8. And DPS took up this task. Partnering with the Department of Administration and building owners around the state, we now have sites in Brooklyn Center, St. Cloud, Rochester, Marshall, Mankato, Fergus Falls, Bemidji, and now here in Duluth. This year, our inspectors have already conducted over 23,000 vehicle inspections. These inspections are important because they confirm that these vehicles were repaired legally and help catch people who are trying to skirt the law. The inspectors who work at these sites have collaborated with others within DPS and with law enforcement and played a critical role in recovering over $1.8 million in fraudulent vehicles this last year, and in many of the cases have been the ones to identify what was wrong and start the investigations that led to the recovery of stolen vehicles. But this team does much more than just vehicle inspections. An important part of the work that this team does is not often talked about and is the work that they do with auto dealers in Minnesota. These same inspectors are the people who work to ensure that auto dealers know and follow Minnesota laws, and that these dealers have conducted over 3,000 inspections already in 2025. So when you and I go to buy a car, this team has already been there and to ensure that these auto dealers know and follow the law. The calls have stopped and the backlog is gone. DVS has met the needs of Minnesotans, and this is important. This expansion has been done without any general fund or HUTD fund money. This has all been accomplished with DVS operating or revenues that come from DVS services. These facilities are just one way in which DVS is meeting and exceeding our service delivery targets thanks to funding from the legislature, which enabled us to hire more people to better serve Minnesota. We've also increased exam appointment availability and reduced wait times significantly, allowing Minnesotans to take their driving tests sooner and closer to home. We now offer same-day appointments at our exam stations throughout the state. We've decreased the turnaround time for issuing of driver's licenses and vehicle titles, and we now have more capacity for public education and outreach to all communities that we serve. I'm very proud of what DPS and DVS has done, not only to meet the needs of Minnesotans now, but into the future. Thank you. And next, I'll invite Representative Zeleznikar to provide comments.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Beth.
Hi, I'm Representative Natalie Zeleznikar, and today's a great day for northern Minnesota, and I just want to thank the Department of Vehicle Services, Department of Public Safety for making this happen. My phone rang off the hook, and I got to be on a first-name basis with Mr. Loper, and we talk daily sometimes and sometimes multiple times to find solutions. And I was proud that they took some ideas to allow auto shops that had the equipment, private businesses, to temporarily provide the inspections at their business so that we could make sure people had could get their tabs, because unless they had an inspection for salvaged vehicles, there were a lot of people buying salvaged vehicles after COVID, and it was hard to find vehicles and they were expensive, and so they couldn't leave on retirement. They couldn't pull the camper, they couldn't take the truck or their car and go south if they were retired, and they were worried about leaving without being in compliance with having current tabs. And so the solution was a temporary fix, and now this is the permanent fix behind us, because now people don't have to go online and wait and drive 4 hours away to get an inspection so that they can drive their vehicle in compliance in the state of Minnesota. So I'm delighted to see that this happened, and to see the department be able to deliver services where people live in something as important as being able to get their vehicles inspected timely. And the other part of this is this makes sure that we are catching stolen vehicles. And that's a big issue for people, to keep their car insurance down. We don't want our vehicles stolen. We need to have systems in place, and the systems are working together. So thank you, everybody, for making this actually happen for the state of Minnesota, and I'm delighted to see that it's opened and we've solved a problem. We're getting things done. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Greg Loper. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative. Thank you, Director Zhang. For the record, my name is Greg Loper. I'm the Vehicle Services Program Director for Driver and Vehicle Services. Our inspection unit exists for two key purposes. First, the unit exists to ensure that vehicles that are declared a total loss, if they are rebuilt with legally obtained parts. So far across the state, this calendar year, we have inspected 23,758 vehicles. This ensures that Minnesotans who purchase a previously salvaged vehicle can have confidence that they are purchasing a vehicle that was repaired legally. Our inspectors are experts in using a variety of tools to ensure that the parts that are replaced on vehicles are obtained legally. This past year, they have discovered vehicles with altered identification numbers and have alerted law enforcement, leading to the recovery of stolen vehicles, and have been a part of the identification of $1.8 million in vehicle fraud in Minnesota. Second, the inspectors who work here in the DVS inspection unit visit auto dealers across the state to help them understand and comply with Minnesota statutes, having conducted 3,208 dealer inspections so far this calendar year. Our inspectors visit newly licensed auto dealers to ensure that they understand the location and record requirements that are set forth in statute and rule, and who ensure that those dealers are able to provide the services that Minnesotans expect and deserve from our auto dealer community. The work that our inspectors do with auto dealers is not limited to new auto dealers. These inspectors also visit existing dealerships to ensure compliance. This allows Minnesotans to have increased confidence in their auto buying experience, and it helps those in the auto industry experience success. Here is just what two of our auto dealers said when we asked them about the expansion of our auto dealership, our inspection program, and what it means to them. Abdi Bursi said this. He said, "Your expanded inspection site network across Minnesota has been a big help to us. The increased availability made our process much more efficient, reduced wait times, and improved the overall flow of our operations. It's been a noticeable benefit to our business." Olga Lazarenska said, "The new expansion of the inspection network is like a breath of fresh air to our business. Now we can spend more time on providing the best customer service to our buyers and making sure that all our inventory is in the best shape possible. Again, we would like to thank DVS and all the inspectors for the support and partnership that was given to us." And while I want to echo the thanks that Director Zhang gave to our governor and to our legislators for authorizing this expansion, let me take just a moment to thank a few key people. I want to thank our dealer unit manager, Mike Pakala, and our vehicle inspections supervisors, Todd Premisberger and Luke Larson. Without their excellent work and the many hours that they spent on this expansion would not have been possible. So I want to say a special thank you there. And then I want to highlight, as Director Zhang did, this expansion was done. Every one of these 8 sites was built out using funds that were collected through fees that driver and vehicle services collected. Not a single penny of general fund or highway tax distribution fund money was spent on these inspections. So thank you again for being a part of this celebration. While today marks a milestone in Minnesota with the completion of the expansion of these inspection sites, it is not the end of the commitment of driver and vehicle services in the Department of Public Safety to serve Minnesotans. And I look forward to many more good things happening in the future as we continue to serve Minnesotans. Thank you.
We'll take questions now. If you could just identify, if you have a question, just identify what outlet you're with. And then if you all, once you get a question, if you want to repeat the question so they can hear it in the mic. But do we have any questions? Or not?
Pretty straightforward, huh? Did a good job.
All right, great. Well,
that was easy.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We will be conducting a tour. Greg will be giving a tour if anybody is interested in taking a look.
Yeah. So as soon as we're ready, we'll just go ahead. The site isn't large. We're very efficient with our space, and so we'll come through, and then I'll leave it to Aaron and to Unbar and the others if you want to have any internal shots. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
What? If they want to take photos.